Good morning everyone, welcome to another video here on the World of Coasters. Today me and Louise have travelled all the way from Wallaby, Holland in Holland to the Efteling. We woke up at like 6 a.m. Yeah, in Holland. We woke up at 6 a.m. this morning to get here. It's 9:30. We need to, well, Louise has got an online ticket. I've got to get my Europa Park free day. I get a free day here because I am a Europa Park annual pass holder. Louise is you know, supporting the team with his merch, and I'm just I'm untamed. Got myself a t-shirt yesterday, $24.95, rip-off, but I wanted some merch. It's my only souvenir. Anyway, this is Louise's second European park, and the first time he's ever been here. I've been here before last year with Louise. We stayed on site and did all the coasters apart from Bob, which I believe will be our first, because it's like the first one as you walk in. Yeah. Don't know how busy it's going to be. Car park looks pretty dead, to be honest. But we're going to go get the ticket sorted out, and then I'll see you on the other side of the gate, and we'll work out what we're going to do. I think it's probably Bob, then Baron, and then we'll probably look at going over to Georgian the Dragon, that sort of area. It's going to be a very jam-packed day because, of course, we have to go at about 5 o'clock because we have a flight to catch this evening. So,
sad times. Yeah,
sad times. The park is open till 6, so we'll see what we can do. Such a grand entrance. Me and Louise never saw the front of this last time because, of course, as a hotel guest we came in from the back of the park. Now I'm going in to redeem my free day ahead, over here maybe. Let's have a look. Don't light a match, Louise. So here we are at the entrance. I've just redeemed my ticket, which has a terrifying clown on it.
Is it a clown?
This is my free entry for a partner park, so hello. Thank you very much. And we're in. So the first plan is to go over to Bob, but I want to just check in here first to see if they've got choco milk, because Louise wants me to get some choco milk.
They're going to milk her today.
Probably, but if I know we can come back here and get them, it's probably better. So this is the shop as you come in. It's a bit like Disney-fied. This is the level of theming you'll deal with today, Louise. You'll see how good this park is. It is a beautiful day, as it has been for all of this trip, to be honest. It's just around 9:30 at the moment, and what's that? €4 per bag. That's not bad. Louise is going to drop. No, but that was per item.
Yeah, it's a per bag, that one.
Oh, well, maybe that's outdated. Anyway, Louise is going to drop his bag off because he's literally got a laptop in there. I'm just going to carry mine for the camera. And then we're going to nip into the park. Look, it's Little Red Riding Hood. Skipping along merrily. Alright, so what's your first impressions, Louise?
Theming.
Yeah, no, look at that cash point. Literally, that is the cash point. It's themed into a giant bank vault. See? It's like over the top. This is more of a family park. It's more relatable to Alton Towers back in England. Though this is on a much higher scale and budget. The rides are absolutely amazing. I do hope it's quiet today so we can get... I want to get all the dark rides done. But of course me and Louise, coaster enthusiasts, we want to get the coasters done as well. But at bare minimum I want to get on Symbolica later. That's down that path there. But we're going to be slipping off down to Bob, which I think we can cut through here. And this, Louise, is where I was telling you about the Dutch pancakes and all that. They have a show on that lake every night. Oh, and there's a dark ride in there.
Getting in the dirt house.
Yeah.
I don't know if they do.
It's just a fountain show, so they're probably servicing them. But yeah, there's Feta Morgana over there, which is a boat ride, a dark ride. It's quite nice. It's a bit like It's a Small World, but without the annoying music. No, we can't go that way. We'll just cut that out. Down the main stretch it is. So today I don't think we're going to see any, if at all, of the Storybook Forest, which is over there. It's going to be rides today. All the gates are shut at the moment because it's only like 9:30, so we're just walking up towards Symbolica, and then we'll see where we're going to go from here. This is either a restaurant or a 4D cinema, I can't really remember. I think it's a restaurant. Last year I said that this was like my favourite park, and then I went to Europa Park and I retracted that. But it is still up there. It is an amazing park, this. Of course that's Baron 1898, which is my favourite dive coaster. Hear it running off in the distance. Got these really strange lampposts that are ginormous and very well themed. This is going to be something that I say a lot. If you're a viewer to my channel regularly, you will know that I love my theming. So as we come around this corner, last time these were being like worked on, or they weren't there, I can't remember. I know they were all covered up. But I just said to Louis, because the park doesn't open for 20 more minutes, we're stuck on this stretch. We're just going to take up to Symbolica, and I'll show them the pan of the cake house. So in this building coming up here, Louis, is one of the best dark rides in the world, in my opinion. You know, everyone's just due their opinion. The Efteling ducks. So there is Symbolica. It'll be open to hotel guests at the moment. The mascot Pardos and Symbolica over here, which at the moment isn't open to park guests, but it doesn't have a queue for hotel guests, so could technically do this as a walk on if you wanted first, but I'd rather get the coasters out of the way, come back to this. This is a very impressive dark ride though. Here is the pancake house. Poli's kitchen. I can't even say it, I'm butchering it. The rope has dropped, we're on our way. Though the rope dropped earlier at the other gate that we were standing at to begin with. So first ride of the day is going to be Bob, the I believe it's Intamin of a coma. I know it's not one of the Mac bobsleds. I think it's Intamin off the top of my head. Like I said last time, it was down, so me and Louise never got to ride it, so it's a new credit for me as well as Louis. So as you can see, the theming is lovely. They've got a little event on here by the looks of it at the moment. Don't know what it is, but there is Bob over there. That looks like the exit over there, and there it is running into the station.
This looks terrifying.
Louis has never been on the bobsled ride. I've been on the one at Europa Park, which is a Mac one, and the one at Blackpool, which is also a Mac one. Now they're multi-card rides. These are like one big 6-seater pod. This roller coaster is actually shutting in September of this year to be ripped out for a new roller coaster. So I'm very glad that I'm going to be able to get this credit, because no doubt at some point I will be coming back to this park with Louise, and maybe Louis at another point as well. I know Louise was really jealous and sad that she couldn't make this trip. I'm sorry, Louise. We're not having fun. It's terrible.
It's horrendous.
It's horrendous.
It's so cold.
Oh yeah, it's just raining.
Shut.
Yeah, look, yeah, they're already starting construction on the new coaster. So here we go, 5-minute queue for Bob. Let's get it done. So here we are. We'll see you when we get off the ride, guys. Tell you what I think of it. They used to do that in your shape.
Oh, that's
So we have just come off of Bob, and my god, that was an intense bobsled. Like, I was concerned. You could feel the Bob actually.
I'm surprised they're getting rid of it. I mean, it looks like it's about to fall apart.
No, it's a good ride. I really enjoyed it. So that's the final credit for this park for me. And Louis, it's only your first one, so like I say, I'm done. I'm going to go home now. I can see why they might be taking that one out, because it looks like it could be a lot of problems with maintenance. Like, for example, when we were around the corners, we were like hitting the side railing, weren't we?
Like, not just hitting it, smashing it.
Smashing into it. You saw the GoPro footage, of course. It doesn't look like they have a problem with filming on rides here. Like I say, I take the GoPro on and they didn't say anything, but then we were taking our bags on that one. I don't know what they'll say when we go on like Baron and all that. They might say no because it's a bit more intense. And talking of Baron, that is our next stop. So yeah, they've already started some tree removal here. And behind this wall it looks like they're starting to do some work for the new coaster that's going in. I'm not entirely sure as to what's going in. I know it's going to be like a family coaster. I don't know whether it's going to be a Mack or an Intamin coaster. Only time will tell, but I know it's going to be themed to Hansel and Gretel, or at least that's what I heard. So that will be an interesting ride. And we're just coming towards Baron now, going past Piranha, which is their Rapids ride. Last time I went on this, got absolutely hammered. It's a walk on at the moment, we might give it a go later.
It doesn't go quite far down as Oblivion.
No, it's not as tall as Oblivion, I don't think, but it is a much better ride than Oblivion. It has the most amazing story on any roller coaster in the world. Like, I won't be able to take you guys on this one. Of course, I have to leave the bag outside. I'll take the GoPro in, but I don't know whether I'll be able to wear it on the ride. So we'll see you when we get on or off Baron, which is just here. So no trains running at the moment, so that could either mean one or two things: it's broken down, or I don't know. There we go, Lewis.
Wow, look at that.
So the thing I love about this is the theming elements all actually work. So you've got this massive custom support that they asked B&M to make for them, which I don't know. I don't even want to know what the price tag on that was. Absolute smooth as butter, this coaster, so I'm starting to get in the queue for it. There looks like there's a little bit of wait for it because this is the one everyone goes for at the beginning of the day, but we'll get it out of the way. We'll see you on Baron 1898. So there's a bag store here, which is where I'm going to have to leave you guys. Or actually, I might pay for a locker, Lewis, rather than leave my bag. There's one over there, because I've got my passport in my bag.
Welcome all of you mine workers from abroad in my beautiful mine. Vandaag heeft u het voorrecht af te dalen in de mijnschap die toegang heeft. Dit is mijn goudmijn. Dit is mijn goudmijn.
U zijt gewaarschuwd.
Door een schepper van mijn geloof en ziet.
Right, so we've just come off of I nearly said Flying Dutchman, Baron 1898. Brilliant being in a dive coaster. What did you think of it, Lewis?
Yeah, it was alright. I don't know, I feel like I've been on Untamed now, and it's like...
I know, Untamed is just legendary. We're heading around towards the Flying Dutchman and Georgian the Dragon, all that sort of thing. Queue for that one quite long. We waited for a front row. Only to be told that you're only allowed wrist straps on the less intense rides, like Bob and all that. When it comes to Baron and some of the bigger like ones that have restraints, you've got to have a chest rig on. So I foolishly didn't bring my chest rig. I just got splashed. I totally forgot about that. When you go onto the track, you can get splashed by the water coaster, which is here. I think this one might be next. It's got absolutely soaked there, right on camera. So over here you can see Python, you've got Flying Dutchman, Georgian the Dragon in the back. Nice little view of loads of coasters. So we're going to go get a virtual queue for Python before we get in the queue for this. This was retracked last year. It's an Aerodynamics looping coaster. One of the first ones in the park, I believe. In fact, it was the first. And you can see the top of the hill and all that is old Aero track, but then they got the track remade by not Vekoma, so you can see it's a totally different style of track, yet it has Vekoma trains on it still. They're not running boarding classes for this. It's also got a 40-minute queue, so between the two I've decided that we're going to go do one of the more heavily themed ones. So it's either, well, they're all saying 40 minutes, so Georgian the Dragon or Flying Dutchman. Do you want to go wood or water? We go wood. Wood. So here we go. The GCI Woody that is. This is the same manufacturer as Wickerman and Woden. Woden is my favourite. This is still a very good roller coaster. Probably say Wickerman's a bit better than this, but I'll leave Louis to judge for himself in a moment. Blue one's close behind that side.
Oké, die lucht zit er niet bij.
Just come off of Georgian the Dragon. We've actually thought it was about 35-40 minute queue, so it's bang on. We're going to go do the Flying Dutchman now, and then that'll be the last coaster for a little while. What did you rate that?
Yeah, it was actually pretty good. My first ever Woody.
You did a hybrid yesterday. We're going to give the other track a skip because they are basically mirrored and the queue is quite long. If we get time later maybe, but we've still got Python to do and Flying Dutchman. We're going to do the Flying Dutchman now, and then we're going to come back and do want to go this way, Liz? And then we're going to come back and do Python a bit later, maybe on one of the boarding passes. Probably get lunch after Flying Dutchman and then go on some of the dark rides, because some of the dark rides here are just world class. So we're just about to board this, won't be able to film on this one guys, so we'll see you when we get off the ride. See you later. So we've just come off of Flying Dutchman, 45-minute queue. The queues are actually bang on at the moment, which I was surprised by because I thought that we were going to be a lot longer waiting in that one, but it's sped up a lot towards the end. We're now going to go grab lunch, and then we're going to hit some of the dark rides. I think like Feta Morgana, Symbolica, and probably the Dream Flight Ride. Give them a go and then see where we go from there. We've still got Vogel Rock to do, still got Python to do. As I said to Louis, we've done the best roller coasters in the park in my opinion. Like the Python and Vogel Rock aren't as heavily themed. Vogel Rock's an indoor dark roller coaster. Just coming past Barron again now, we're going to go to, did you say it was the Burger Bakery?
Yeah, Bakery.
The Burger Bakery to get some food, because I skipped breakfast this morning and I am starving. I'd go on this again, but the queue is just... no. Park really is busied up. I just said to Louis, I'm so glad that we got the big coasters done first, especially this Bob one. It's got a pretty big queue. The problem is it's got such a low capacity and it always breaks down, this one. So like I said, we're going to go grab lunch. We'll probably do Symbolica. Like, Fata Morgana only had a 5-minute queue, but it's not one of the dark rides that I'd like. I'd rather go with Symbolica first, the dark ride, get Symbolica done, the Dream Ride, then Fata Morgana if we get a chance. Because I'm trying to give Louis like the best rides here.
Best overall experience at the time.
Yeah, because we don't have lots. What's the queue like for that one? That one is reading at apparently 35 minutes. They do have good operations here. Right, so here's lunch. We're in the, what's the name of the shop? The Steenbok. For €8.05 I got chips and a hamburger. Louis got chips, hamburger and a snack.
Cheese thing and a drink.
How much does that come to?
$12.30.
Not bad. Let's have a look at the burger. Let's see whether it's any good. I was just going to say, it smells like a Big Mac. Right. Looks good. Just chow down and see what it tastes like. Got a big pot of mayo as well, so. So yeah, just to let you know, this burger place is brilliant. Not too badly priced for theme park food, and to be honest, I thought it was good. It was tasty.
Right, I mean,
the burger was alright, to be honest. Like,
it was a bit like, would you like a burger with your salad sort of thing, but like, would you like a salad? But it was, you know, it was fine. It was good.
And the chips they do here are just all over Holland. I love them. They're not French fries, but they're a little bit thicker.
Not like in between a sort
of... in between an English like fish and chip shop chip, where it's thick.
Yeah, but
yeah, not quite a French fry, but they're really good and they are hot as when they come out. So we're going to walk up to Symbolica now. Don't know what the queue time is, so might regret that in a minute. Let's have a quick look. Let's have a look. Symbolica, 20 minutes, so we'll give that a bash. Trackless dark ride opened. Didn't open last year. I think it opened in 2017. It's a very impressive dark ride. Lots of special effects. And to be honest, it's got 3 tours. So you choose one of 3 tracks. They're essentially the same ride apart from your ending, which is so minor, it's negligible, okay?
Okay.
But that's where we're heading now, so we'll see you when we get to the queue for Symbolica. So I've said to Louis so many times, well, I've said a few times today, haven't I, Louis? You're not going to be able to get everything done in this park in one day, and it's really sad. This park is actually open till 8 o'clock tonight, but we have to go at about 4:30 to get to the airport, so there's sad times. We could cut it a bit finer, but if we miss that flight, we're pretty screwed. We've both got work tomorrow. Not all full-time YouTubers yet. So here is Symbolica. I'm just going to get a picture here actually, because it's a really nice picture to get. This ride is something else when it comes to theming. Just to give you a gauge of the level of detail, Louis, this ride has themed floors.
Okay.
Yeah, it has like, the floors are like themed as well as the ceiling. It's not like it's full immersion. You don't get any like tiled ceilings where they just couldn't be bothered. So it's advertising a 15-minute wait at the moment. Which actually, I could believe that. It's not that long a queue, so let's get in the queue for this one, and we'll tell you which one we're going to go on, which track. 15-minute queue, let's see how accurate they are.
Ja, welkom in Symbolica. U gaat zo dadelijk op audiëntie bij onze koning, die zich hierboven bevindt. Wat is dit?
Alle toverwinkels, hallo allemaal.
In zo'n koninklijke tovenaar?
Wat een saaie boel. Zito, culto, fabulu. Traag treden, open nu. Koesteren fantasie, de bron van alle magie.
So we have just come off of Symbolica. We ended up doing the treasure tour in the end. And what did you think, Lewis?
It was good. I like the way the cars like move around the floor. It's well, nothing like I've been on before.
Yeah, so it was a trackless dark ride. There was a couple of effects not working. The one where the whale came down, that was meant to like leak water from the glass.
Oh, it leaked it onto my head.
Yeah, so I was just about to say, I got some on my shoulder, but yeah, that effect didn't work once when we were there, so maybe, is it very temperamental? I don't know. We're now heading over to Dream Vulture. I think it's Dream Vulture, but it translates to Dream Flight. This one's very popular, suspended dark ride. Probably has quite a queue, if I imagine. Probably about 20 minutes, I think it was when I last looked at it. But we're now heading into the part that Lewis hasn't been in. So this is the more family oriented side, the more original side of the park. You'll notice they actually put the roller coasters over the other side of the park because obviously there's a village literally neighbouring this this theme park, and they're not too keen on the big roller coasters. So, but they do realise how much a draw this is. It's a bit like Alton Towers. They really like the park, but they don't like the noise.
Yeah.
But I think it's a beautiful park. It's situated in this beautiful woodland. Like I say, it's definitely on par. Well, it's better than Alton Towers any day of the week. But Alton Towers has its quirks in its own way. So anyway, heading down towards Dream Flight. There is so much scenic to this park. It's so scenic, rather. It very much reminds me of a Disney park in the level of its theming. But it is amazingly themed. It's a bit more busy over this end of the park, but then the ride we're going to now is the most popular ride in the park. Another thing that we won't get a chance to do today, which there's a couple of rides we won't get to do in this area today, we have the Coma Madhouse over here, which is Villa Volta, which is...
well, what a shame.
Yeah, it's apparently one of the best ones in the world, but not all my god donuts with ice cream in them. It's so, oh no, they sell them here and there's no queue. The other one is they've got a live stunt show here, which I saw last time that I came here. It is brilliant. But here's the ride we're going on. The ride that everyone in this park loves. It's just a dark ride. It's just immensely themed and it's really strange. Prepare to be bewildered, Lewis. Again, I'll be taking you guys on this, should be able to film it, so I'll see you on the ride. come off the Dream Park. What did you think of that, Lewis? That was
Just don't understand.
It's a good ride though, isn't it? Like, it's so well themed.
Well, I don't get it, but I get the whole. It's good, but I'm so confused.
And the queue said half an hour. It took about 15-20 minutes to get on there. So we're gonna grab ourselves one of these ice cream filled donuts. They look awesome and it's really hot. So we're gonna grab one of these, head up towards Vogel Rock, that sort of region of the park afterwards. So far, day's going well. But yeah,
Very tired.
time's knocking on. It's coming up at 3 o'clock. For €4.25. Ice cream donut sandwich. Your rating? I literally asked for a bit of powdered sugar aside. Right, so after that treat, which has got my camera covered in powdered sugar,
Still got most of your hand.
literally it's everywhere. We're heading over to Vogel Rock, that sort of direction. We're going to nip into the Choco Mel shop. So yeah, as I was saying before, I was accidentally taken out by a small child. We're heading over towards Vogel Rock now. I think we might actually get time to give that flying island a go if you want. They're usually
I mean, it looks terrifying.
It's, you know, it's alright. It's a good view. The view around here is just woodland everywhere. So we're heading down that way.
Situation.
Oh yeah, Lewis is a fan of heights. So as I was saying earlier, this is the older part of the park, and it really does show. They've got like the Storyfoot Forest behind us, and all of these buildings you can just like, they're themed to be old, but you can tell they're like old. I think this park opened in like the 50s. Some people say it actually inspired Walt Disney. He came over here, but there's no actual hard evidence to that. Here is I think this is the sweet shop that sells the chocolate melt, which I need to go collect some. So let's go in the Soviet in the... Oh my god, they've got a special magnum stand. Damn it, why did I just have an ice cream? I have to have another one. So we're now in there's like a little children's village over here full of loads of little like children's rides, and over here is the most annoying ride in the whole park. It's a Carnival Ride or something like that. I can't think of the name of it. Also, Lewis, something that you're going to realise in this park around here is they have these random trees that rain.
I'm sorry.
They have water things in them, and basically it rains all the time in them. See, it's just a little water spray. Oh, it's so refreshing. Yeah? It's just a little sprinkler in the tree that makes water fall down on your head. So anyway, we're going to go Vogel Rock unless you want to do the 5-minute wait. Do you want to do the 5-minute wait and do the Carnival Ride?
Not if it's really annoying.
It's like It's a Small World, but cheesier.
Oh no. I don't think I can go any more cheese.
Okay, well we'll go Vogel Rock and then we might have a look at that one after. So there is the teacups over there, Monsieur Cannibal, a very strange ride. Carnival Festival, that's what I was looking for as the second word. It's the paper mache clown. It's a Small World rip-off. And over here is our next ride, the Vogel Rock indoor dark ride, indoor dark roller coaster even, sorry. It is a Schwarzkopf roller coaster. I don't have a clue what that kid was doing. Was he doing like the knee thing?
Yeah.
Does he get to give me a dead arm now?
I don't know if that's what it is.
I don't know. So we're going to go on this under in between a bird's legs. Oh, don't say that in the wrong place. Right guys, so I won't be able to take you on this one. A, it's a roller coaster, B, it's in the dark, so there's literally no point in taking you on it. So we'll see you when we get off of it and share the experience. We've just come off of Vogel Rock, and I've got to say I totally forgot about our coaster. Turns out A, it's not a Schwarzkopf, it's a Vekoma. So I think I'm not mixing coasters up now, but yeah, it's a Vekoma and it was built in 1998, not the 80s, so well off on that one. What did you think of that one?
Yeah, I think that was good actually.
That was, it was surprisingly good. Like, I thought it was a little tiny like kiddie coaster, but no, it's
It's
pretty good.
Back,
On all the stats, it's got like an 86-foot drop and all that. It's not bad. This way. We're going round to Python now to get Louise the final coaster credit. He won't be doing the other side of Georgian the Dragon though.
Fine.
It's a mirror, but it is a credit in its own, but Louise isn't as sad as me and doesn't need them all.
It counts a credit.
Yeah, it does. It's a separate roller coaster. It's a separate track. It's its own circuit. We're going to be going around the back of the lake now, where they've got this this boat ride. It's like a 20-minute boat ride, this. And then if we look around here, this is where you go if you're in the Efteling Hotel. You go through that play park and into the Efteling Hotel, which is always cool. So here comes a better view of the boat ride. Literally goes all the way around this lake, takes about 20 minutes to do. Well worth it if you've got the time, but we don't, so we're not going to be doing that today. We'll not be doing the gentler rides. These are more the couple rides, and me and Louis, although a lovely couple, not into those types of rides. Absolutely beautifully scenic. This reminds me of Alton Towers a little bit, this area, where you were like looking over the gardens, just missing the castle. And Baron 1898 can be the castle for this place. Oh yeah. Just coming round the back of Baron 1898, or as I've just told Louis, which I totally forgot. I always, with Louise, when I say that, I always say it in the Dutch, which is Baron Aerodynamics. I think it is, sorry I butchered that probably. But he just had a little cackle to himself over it. I'm like, that's how you say it. Come on, speak the lingo.
I don't know, should I like ask a Dutch person?
Well, let's Google it. Let's see how far out it was. Get your phone out and Google what Baron 1898 is in Dutch. Right, so Louis, what does it sound like?
1898.
I'm gonna go with that. That's not far off. My pronunciation may not be perfect, but that's not bad. Oh, there's a sweet shop here. We might be able to get chocolate now. If anyone wanted to know where the world's largest Intamin swinging ship is, here it is. So I won't be going on this because I do not do swinging ships. They make me so ill, it's unbelievable. So there you go, largest swinging ship in the world. I think it's in the world, or it's at least the largest Intamin one in the world. Like I say, I don't do them, they just do not do it for me. So here we are on the final... Sorry? Go on then, Louis.
Wait, there's kids in the way. I don't want to embarrass myself in front of the children.
Go on. What the hell is Louis doing? Right, so let's get on Python. This is the last coaster credit in the park. I've already done this one. Like I said, last year this was retracked, and just before the first inversion is where it's retracked. So all of the original lift hill and the first drop is still intact. Yeah, this is fine. But you can see the track has totally changed. So you can't really see it because there's it's literally behind that big track. But here you can see it's old arrow track. And if you look over here, it's a different design. The last one.
How did you like that salad burger? Great!
That's what I mean. You can see on the beginning of the break run where the new track meets the old original track. Just a slight change in the design. The old one's the arrow track, and this new one, I don't know who manufactured it, but Vekoma approved it. I know it isn't Vekoma track for sure. Common trend here, Louis. Whenever we get in a queue of a roller coaster, it breaks down. So they've decided to close the ride, or at least that's what we got. Everyone.
My Dutch is on point, so...
Everyone just turned around and left the queue, so that's what I'm going with. So sadly, we're probably not going to get this credit.
I mean, do you know what? It looks pretty savage. I'm not too...
It's alright, it's nothing major, like you say, it's an old aerodynamic coaster. It's been retracked, but it's still pretty rough. It's a shame Louis won't get every credit, but, well, he still might, but we're heading over to Georgian the Dragon now, because Georgian the Dragon only has a half-an-hour queue. So, with any luck, we'll get on this one, and then we'll be able to get on this one afterwards. But it is getting to that time of the day where we really need to be keeping an eye on the time. We are cutting it quite fine to get to the airport.
Live a life from here.
We're about 2 hours. We'll be arriving at the airport about 2 hours 15 minutes before the flight. So if a bus or a train is cancelled or late, we're screwed. But we've got good travel insurance, so we're covered. Like I said, we're going to jump on Georgian the Dragon, and then we'll see where we're going to go from there. We've just come off of our second ride on Georgian the Dragon on the other track. My god, that thing is running fast this afternoon, like seriously. It is very hot, so you know, wooden roller coasters ride a lot differently in the heat as to the cold. And god, that was quite intense, wasn't it, Louis?
Yeah.
I've got a bit of a headache after that one. We're just coming past the giant dragon, which I always thought, yeah, it does breathe fire, but it doesn't seem to be working at the moment. It's got its head down, it points up in the air and blows fire. So we're currently on a little back path, which not many people know about. Goes around the back of Georgian the Dragon. There's some lovely views. You can literally jump in the water if you want to. So yeah, this little back route no one really uses because they don't think it's like a proper route, but it shows you around the back of here. You have a lovely view of Barron. Park seems to be dying off a bit now. Like I say, it's open till 8 o'clock, but we're not going to be here till then because we're going to be going in about half an hour, sadly. Although I've had a brilliant day today. It's been quite hot though.
Yeah.
So, only complaints. Typical Brit. We're going to head over to Fata Morgana, and then I believe we just need to do some shopping. Actually, I might get the shopping done first, just to save me if there's any technical issues with the rides. Station for Piranha and Aztec bum statue. The sun keeps going in. It's nice when the sun goes in, but when it's out, it's absolutely cooking. So here we have the Spooks a Lot ride, which isn't really a ride, it's like a horror show. It's pretty weird, to be honest. Me and Louise went on it last time we were here. And then you got the 4D cinema down there. So the day draws to an end, and to be honest, I think that might be all the rides we're going to do today. It's coming up to around 4:30 now. We need to be going to the bus stop. The bus is at like 9 minutes past 5, so come 1:45 we need to be out there. It's quite a walk back to the bus stop, and then we cannot miss that bus. If we miss that bus, we won't make our train, and then we miss the plane. So yeah, so it's been a really good day. When Louis gets back from getting his drink, get some feedback from him, and then we're about to log up. It's felt like the shortest day ever today, like in the park. We've been up since 6 AM travelling here. It took 3 hours on public transport from Wallaby, but seriously, we got here at 9:30 and it's now 4:30, and we've done a lot. We've done all the major coasters apart from Python. We've done most of the dark rides apart from Carnival Festival and Fata Morgana. But yeah, this day's flown past. This park you're never going to see in one day. If you ever come here, you ideally need at least 2 days on park. But Louis, is the first time here, what do you think?
Yeah, it's good. It's very, very well themed.
Oh yeah, that's definitely what they go for. They want the storytelling element per se. Like,
Yeah, definitely.
the coasters like Barron and Georgian the Dragon, especially Flying Dutchman, they have a lot of heavy theming on them. And the dark rides like Symbolica, that just can't be matched. That is on par with Disney, in my opinion.
It's like Netherlands, Disney.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Basically, is what they're going for, I think.
Right guys, so that is going to be the end of the video now. Me and Louis are calling it slightly early. It's about 20 to 5. The bus is 5 past, so
Struggling to walk.
Louis now knows how Louise feels after I drag her along on the trips. So it's bye-bye from the Efteling. I've had a good day. Yeah, enjoyed it. It's been a good park. I definitely will come back here. You know that because I've already been here. Would you come back here?
Yeah, I'll come back.
I think next year we're going to have to organise some type of mega trip. You know, at least get Toverland in there. I want to get back to Wallaby with Louise and get on Untamed. I know she'd love that. But until then, guys, I'm going to leave it here. So we'll see you in the next video of whatever I choose to make. So see you later.
Bye.